Okay, this is my views on relationships, and I suppose I can only mostly speak for myself. You know what my needs are and what I would require. I've not been on my own that long, so perhaps some of it gets distorted. I don't know, but it's a personal blog, so it's just my opinions. I think in most people, in relationships, obviously there are some basic needs that everybody wants and has, and kind of the order of those needs would vary from person to person, and in some ways from couple to couple, because the chemistry between two people is not going to be the same, from A to B to A to C, if that makes any sense. Your basic needs would vary in the top 10 if you wrote 10 of them down, and then there'll be lots of smaller little needs that sort of get suppressed down lower and need to be fed as well. But for me, I think mostly it's kind of like the longing to be in a team, to sort of be with someone that you can share things with, and there's some loyalty. There's loyalty between you, and it's just the being able to come home and share your day and share that person's day as well is really important. Like I say, feeling like part of a team. God, this sounds like it's almost a dating line profile, doesn't it? That's not quite what I mean it. And I think for most people that's probably quite true. I mean, most males would probably put sex high on the agenda, but in truth, it probably isn't always number one. It's probably just, it fits in there somewhere in the sort of top 5, but the rest would make that happen. And it would be part of it. It would be part of that loyalty, honesty, and the team sort of feeling between just being in with someone who supports you and you support them. I think also being able to let someone grow is important. So it's great that you want to share life together, but also nearly everybody needs some space on their own to grow and be themselves. Just to be able to develop as a person. And I think that a partner who can support that can help an awful lot as well. And it also comes into the fact that by supporting a person in that way, you're actually helping them grow, so you get something back as well from it. That's kind of a bit egotistic the more I think of it, but there's a lot to giving, but you have to receive as well. And I think that will depend on our sort of perspective of how we see things. It's selfish not to receive, just like you can't just give, But in a true compassionate relationship where there is honesty, integrity, and genuine love and a feeling of wanting to share, then all that should come naturally if it's real, I think. But not supporting each other's needs is quite clearly where things can go wrong. I can look back now on many things in my life. Certainly not just the past relationship, although that's obviously the key area for me. But in many relationships, I can see where I wasn't supporting people, the partner's needs in the same way that sometimes my basic needs weren't being supported as well. And it's very easy to look back in hindsight. Much harder to deal with at the time, and I think that's the strength of having proper relationship coaches and things who know this stuff and can spot it in yourself. I'm a firm believer in that self-analysis is quite dangerous at times, but we all do it. How we perceive ourselves isn't how someone else perceives us, and vice versa. And so I think sometimes getting real help, and most people probably don't, because they feel that someone else prying into their deepest secrets, and so to speak, is kind of intrusive and embarrassing. But perhaps relationships could, just like anything else and any other form of counselling, could do with that at times. But I think when you start looking at a relationship and start thinking about each other's needs and understanding what a person and where they kind of fit into it all, it would make it much easier to be involved in something that could last for a long time. And of course, even getting some of it wrong is not going to break it. But if you don't make that effort to understand, then I think inevitably it's doomed. I think we all mostly need to meet somebody and share share something in their life with someone. I've quite like my own company, but would like to think that one day I would make someone else happy again, and of course, enhance my own life at the same time as well. I think we all need that. But anyway, not being a relationship counsellor, I can't really go into things any deeper than that. But I do think that that's kind of the basis of being happy in a couple, and and having some interests are the same, being attracted to the right kind of person, because you both share common goals and common interests, and but yet again, it's good not to be identical. I think you wouldn't want to be that, would you? That would be boring, wouldn't it? I can't imagine being with someone who's identical to me. I think that wouldn't probably work. It's good to have sort of like some conflicting opinions or some different, just like it is in real life, just like it is away from relationships, I should say. It's good that, we're not all the same. I've got some great friends, but I don't always agree with everything. I have my own set of beliefs and systems, and I think it's good for us all to be able to debate and talk about those things and not be offended the fact that someone else doesn't agree with you. I can get quite vocal in debates, but it doesn't mean to say I don't respect that person. In fact, I actually respect them more because they're able to sit there or stand there with me and say, I don't agree with that. So it would be boring if we all were the same. And I think that's the same in relationships. The old adage about walking around together hand in hand with the same kind of feral jumper on, that's kind of a bit old hat, really, isn't it? Don't think I'd want to be like that. But anyway, enough. I've rambled on. Thank you for listening to me at all.